Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Naaman with the Great Millstone Camp here in DC. Just a second, let me make sure my volume is okay. Alright, for another video. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Hakodash, and of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Alright, who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth across four corners of this earth, of course aided by the many videos. All right, and sometimes Jake goes out more than once a week. All right, but in any case, the videos are out there for the edification of the hopeful elect of our people. You know, again, these prophecies have come to pass, and a few are remaining. All right, and it's like, are you people seeing this? But a lot of you, we realize that you're just watching this for entertainment. Oh, hey, you're only hurting yourself at the end of the day. All right, this is the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. So here we go with the video. This is from, of course, Willie D's channel. And you got these people now, you know, second guessing, albeit a little too late. All right, you got to realize, a lot of you, I'll go as far as to say too many of you signed up thinking that this was just going to be a cakewalk. You're in there to get your education or whatever have you. And you have to realize that with Jake, you know, they're herded towards military service anyway. All right. In other words, there's very few options left. All right. If your parents aren't wealthy. All right. You know, that's always been the case. But what did you think was likely to happen? Yeah, I heard, I think he's going to tell you this, but what they're not telling you is a lot more than has been reported, I'll put it that way, of troops are saying, you know, fuck you, and they're getting locked up, all right? Because they don't want, as what was portrayed by that Marine, all right, in that town hall setting. I forget where it was. I don't know if it was, I really don't know where it was, but anyway, broke his arm, you know, and you have others that have been, months before that happened, you had a couple up on the hill. All right, they got escorted out. 2 officers, male and female. All right. Yeah, all for you know who. But let's go ahead and roll the video.
Willie D Live.
What's up, family? After coming under attack by Iran's missile attacks, we got a U.S. soldier who says, quote, "I ain't never been hit this many times in my effing life." Yeah, fam. Brother said, "Man, I need to get out of here to save my life." I ain't got no problem with that. But here's the thing, fam. Dude, what you sign up for? If you go to the military, you know there's a chance that you could end up in war. Now, I don't know how many years dude has been in the military. I don't know if he joined the military after or before Trump became president. In any event, if you're there and you know, especially he's in office, you know there's a good chance you could be deployed. There's a good chance that you're going to be put in harm's way. This dude was like, man, he was ready to abandon ship He's like, man, hell no. He was ready to get up out of there. Yeah, the thing is that he would have been ahead of the curve if he had never went in the first place. They almost got me, man. They almost got me. But crime intervened. I ain't proud of that. But, you know, everything happens for a reason, fam. Everything happens for a reason. If I had went, you know, I possibly could have been dead, you know, risking my life for a country who don't really value my life, right? Hey, let's call a strike striking the ball a ball. I ain't scared of none of y'all. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is. I would love to love this country more than any other place in the world, but this country don't feel the same way about me, so I can't possibly feel the same way about this country. However, I do understand the sacrifices my ancestors made, so there is some obligation there, you know, to where you don't want to see this country destroyed. But man, when you start looking at these dudes who run it, you be like, man.
Gotta disagree with him there. No, we want to see this bitch go. Lit up. Fuck it. 2 tears in the bucket. Motherfuck it. It's gotta go. It's got to go.
Is it any way? Is it just any way they can like make them things go around us and go straight to that target? The ones who started it, you know, and the ones who also, it's ironic that the ones who started benefit from the most. They benefit the most from what this country has to offer.
Yeah, going back to that old book from the Major General Smedley Butler, where he talked about World War One. He said war is a racket. That's what it is. It's for money, especially now. As it turns out, it's just for mainly laundering money. All right, all these people. You almost said Venezuela. You look at Ukraine. All the millions and billions that were pocketed by that corrupt piece of shit over there. All right. I know what did people die for? You knew damn well they didn't stand a chance against Russia. Well, anybody with any common sense. All right. And now, since certain people have picked a fight, all right, I'm sure they're wishing now that they didn't. And I'm talking about the fake Israel. Now you got Trump trying to get people to bail him out, going to the, what is it, the UN or one of them, all right, asking others to bail him out, trying to shame them into doing so. Well, wait a minute. Hold on, buddy. You started this. You at the behest of Tiny Tops over there. And lo and behold, no one has seen nothing, not a Jew. Nobody. Now, there's a rumor going around that he got, you know, his brother got killed. But there's a rumor also that's saying he and his wife and a son and a dog. I know him and his wife. I can't remember the other one. But anyway, that's why you haven't seen him. Others say the reason you haven't seen him is he's scared that to resurface because he'll get pinpointed because Iran has the, you know, they're getting aided by Russia and China. So they got a boost in their intelligence capabilities there. So he's afraid to even stick his head up out of the hole. All right.
Yeah, and they take very little. They don't really compromise anything. They don't really risk anything. Maybe a little bit on their reputation, but that's it. They don't put their children in harm's way. Their grandchildren are not in harm's way. They're not in harm's way. But you and yours are in harm's way.
Exactly.
You are in harm's way. Your grandchildren, your children.
Look who your commander-in-chief is. He's like, all right, a petulant child. Let's look up that word petulant. Hold on. Let's see. I'll go to my dictionary.com here. Let's see. Petulant. All right. Unreasonably irritable or ill-tempered, peevish, contemptuous in speech or behavior. Isn't that your commander-in-chief? Let's go a little deeper. Showing sudden irritation over some trifling annoyance. Again, peevish. Let's go a little bit more. Easily irritated or annoyed. Let's see. That's not what I was looking for. Hold on. Bad temper. All right. Cantankerous, of course. Cross, disagreeable. Grumpy. Nasty. All right. There's something else. All right. Let's see. Let's see. It was something else. Over some trifling. Something else would be, it says, impatient or sullen in a peevish or capricious way. In other words, when you don't get your way. All right. That's another way of putting it. This is how, you see children, how they act out. Well, this is your commander-in-chief. This is, when they don't get their way. All right. It's just like a child. And he's 80 years old. Or soon will be. Wow. That reminds me of this scripture. Whoops. All right. Hold on. Because this is what you're doing. And it's sad. And the world sees this. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 16. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. All right. All right. Might as well read 17. Blessed art thou, which this land is not, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness. I had to give you the contrast there. All right. And again, the world is watching this. Aren't you seeing Revelation 17 chapter coming about? Verse 16 in particular. How this is going to be a thing. Jeremiah 49 and 20 about the least of the flock, drawing them out. What America just can't say no. And we know why. And no, it's not speculation. It's not. These people have been compromised. Your political leaders. This is what that little country over there, some call the Holy Land. Originally, yes, that's what it was. But, oh man, it's been defiled so much. But it's those people over there that are, all right, that hold the reins, all right, because your so-called leaders have been compromised.
Are in harm's way. You are in harm's way. Your grandchildren, your children.
MashaAllah. As low as $2 of sadaqah and donation will help to provide a hot meal.
Are in harm's way. You are in harm's way. Your grandchildren, your children, they do not care like that, fam.
Nope.
The ones who ain't gonna fight are the main ones who start the wars. He ain't gotta lift a thing. He ain't gotta bust a grape. He just say, hey man, son, lift it. And like, now go get him. Go get him. Go out there and fight for me. And then, and if you can survive, I might just give you a medal of honor if you survive. You know, they knock your legs off and you survive, I might give you a medal of honor. And then, who knows? While you're out there risking your lives and everything.
Especially for Jake, all right, because they just authorized, and we're going to see if it's going to come to pass, not that it matters much. This Jake, he was a Marine Force Recon and Vietnam. And they just authorized, you know how long that's been? This is what Jake got, getting awards from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, if they still alive. You know?
And your life on the line and you're about to lose everything, maybe I'll come by and grace you with my presence so y'all can salute me. You know? What's up with that? Man, I'll be trying to get at that fool neck like this. I just go crazy, just start charging him. You see how people do those judges sometimes. You see those defendants go after the judges. The judge be sitting there. So, Mr. Crowley, I'm going to give you 8 years for the first offense. On the aggravated assault, that's 10 years. I'm going to give you another 45 years for the, and they be like, yeah. I wish I would salute that fool, man. This dude got y'all out here risking y'all lives for a medal or for a thank you? For maybe, because most of them don't even get a chance to take even a picture with them. You know, like, to me, that's just like being the ultimate groupie, where you sacrifice your life for somebody who could care less about you, don't even know you exist. Man, yeah, I was thinking about going to the Air Force, fam. I wanted to build a fighter jet pilot. Yeah, I wanted to fly those jets, and I was thinking, like, if I did that, I would have been killing innocent people. I would have been out here doing their bidding. Yeah, but who knows? The way I evolved, I probably would have caught my snap quicker than most people. I definitely couldn't see myself going all the way through with that and still be in the game, 10, 20, 30 years. Now I couldn't see that because I would have caught my snap. Once I saw what was going on, so I got to say that I was a little naive in the very beginning. But once I saw that what was really going on, I was like, man, I wish I would. They can't get me and they can't get my children. That's right. Yeah, they want somebody to go to war, let them send their children first. Yeah, let them send Barron ass out there. Let him go. They should be on the front line. All of these politicians who start wars, especially like Lindsey Graham, those type of dudes, they should be the first ones out there. If you're too old, send your children. Send your grandchildren. Your lineage first. You go first, then we'll go. Yeah. So there are a number, this guy is not the only one. There are a number of soldiers who are starting to speak out, and they're saying that they don't want to go to war with Iran. They recognize that war as being illegal. And they don't want to follow these illegal orders by Trump. There's actually an organization called Veterans for Peace who put up a billboard in San Diego, at Navy Base San Diego. They put it near Navy Base San Diego, right there where the soldiers could see it. Active duty and National Guard, you have a duty to refuse illegal orders. Yeah, reminding them that they have a duty to refuse illegal orders. Hey, if it's a legal order, yeah, okay, you do what you got to do. But if it's illegal, you ain't got to do it. And some of those soldiers have been exercising the right to refuse, and they've been put in military jails. Did you know that? Yeah. They got a number of, I don't know what the number is, but I don't know if it's hundreds or thousands, but a number of soldiers have been placed in military jails for refusing Donald Trump's orders. And I'm talking about specifically related to the Iran-U.S.-Israeli war. They do not want to fly material into Israel to bomb on Iranians. They don't want to do it. So we'll see how that goes. Trump, he's saying that the Democrats who are telling these soldiers to not abide by his orders should be jailed. Yeah, he said they should be jailed. Put them in jail. The radical left are telling people not to abide by my orders. They should be jailed. If Trump had his way, you know, they would be more than jailed. If he could, he would absolutely execute them.
So that's going to be it for this video. Yeah, I heard rumors, that the USS Abraham Lincoln is limping back because there was a mysterious fire or something on board, and that speculation on as to how that happened. But yeah, so interesting times yet to come. Believe that. All right, but in the meanwhile, like I always say, all right, I hope whoever views this video has been edified as to what's going on. And this is why we do at Great Millstone, we filter everything through the scriptures. And once again, I'd like to encourage you to remain circumspect out here. All right, keep your eyes and ears open, always. So with that, until next video, shalom.